Well, these I've earned the hard way. First is what got you here won't get you there. There's actually a book that I read recently about that, but someone told me that recently and I thought, I wish I had known that sooner. And that says, that says don't change who you are, be yourself, but the skills that you drew on to be a manager or a director are not the same skills that you draw on to be a CMO. In my case, my learning was that I'm very much a team player. I don't point out where I succeed. I just do the job, get the numbers, and expect some acknowledgement of it, but I don't need a pat on the back or anything. And I realized when, probably almost too late, when I was CMO, that the job of the CMO is to explain to the entire company what the marketing team is doing, good or bad, or successes and failures, and to explain why we were doing it. And it felt like self-promotion to me to get up in front of, Circa has 4,000 employees, believe it or not, 5,000 now through some acquisitions. And to get up in front of 4,000 people and explain what marketing was doing, it didn't seem to me like I was explaining a marketing plan, which I'd done my whole life, my whole career. It felt like I was self-promoting. And it's a tweak in mentality, but one that I had to embrace to do that job right for everyone else that I was leading. So I think that's important, to figure out which part of you need to draw on to be successful in any given career or in any given place in your career. The second would be, and this is something at Cirque, I reported to a former managing director of McKinsey Canada. So I went from live entertainment guys who go with their gut to a guy who really loved feedback. and it's obviously a very different type of mind. And he said to me once, don't lose your ability to go deep. I was like, well, what do you mean? And he said, you have to be a strategic thinker as you get higher and higher in your career, and you have to be able to think 5 steps down and solve those problems in advance and direct a team. But you have to find the space between micromanaging and be able to go deep on a moment's notice. And so never lose that. And I thought that was really powerful. To me, it gives me confidence in the people and in my own self that I can still have that, that handle on the deep dive numbers. But I thought that was meaningful to keep that high-low, whereas so many people might say, I don't do that anymore. Pick up a spreadsheet and look at it yourself every once in a while. I thought that was pretty good advice. I had a last one. Oh, well, the last one is, I find a lot of folks who finally get to that point might say, and maybe this is less and less, but, I firmly believe that when you become a leader, whether one person reports to you or 400 or 1,000, that you're really standing on the shoulders of your team. And as your team goes, so do you. You're only as tall as they're holding you up. And so, to clap the loudest when someone succeeds, to hand people the mic. I absolutely hate bleacher seats in meetings, those meetings where the junior people sit on the outer rim of the conference table instead of getting right into the table. I think those little gestures are important to remind everybody that, again, if you're in the room, you have a unique job to do.
Yeah.